Are you ready for question and answer number 41? Yeah, that's the spirit. So let's just jump right in. So we're going to do 20 questions and then, yep, tonight we're going to do some relationship advice. They're coming in by the Groves. I can't tell you how much fun I have with those, so thank you. But right now, let's do 20 question and answers. Are you fanatically tidy, extremely untidy, or somewhere in between? I would say I'm not like my mom, where she thinks there needs to be an extra Bible verse that says that cleanliness is next to godliness. I'm not that fanatically, but I'm definitely somewhere in between. Do you tie or untie your shoes or slip them on and off? I have Skechers and I don't have to tie or untie them. They're already just slip that foot in, and if I'm good, pull the back up. But I have a tendency to just walk out of the house and leave the back hanging out underneath the foot, and that's a no-no. Trust me, my mom's been on me about it, especially since they were a gift from her. She's like, pull that back up all the time. Do you prefer malls, catalog shopping, or the internet? I would say I don't do much mall shopping. I do some store shopping where I can go to that store, know what I'm going to look for, and get out. Or if I go into like a thrift store, I know what I'm in search of and then get out. I do a lot of eBay, I won't lie. So I would say I am a thrifty shopper that knows what she wants and knows how to look for it. Do you talk to people by phone, person, email, or text? Um, I have a cell phone, yes. I have a landline for the house, yes. Uh, but if it's something business wise, I'd rather do it in person. If it's something family wise, I can do it over the email, text, or phone, or person. But other than that, I would say most of the time, if you can text me, do it that way. But if I need to hear the inflection in your voice, the power, the strength of your voice, then by God, pick up that phone and reach out and dial somebody. Just saying. Do you prefer odd numbers or even numbers? I like 2, 4, 6, 8, so I guess even numbers. Why do you think that people have such a hard time quitting a bad habit? I don't know, actually. It's just like if somebody tells you something's bad for you and you're a little kid and you think, oh man, if I can just get away with it though, then I'm cool. Maybe we need to stop making everything so cool. And they really, the Marlboro Man made cigarettes cool there for the longest time. But now that they've taken him away, and now we have this truth that helps us see the power between not only cigarettes but vaping, then, maybe the more we make unhealthy things uncool, then we'll be great. Do you lose things or know where everything is? I constantly lose things. I can put something down, and in 5 minutes, I'm like, where did I put that? I don't know why, but that's a bad habit I have. How do you pick a doctor? Well, this is kind of a unique story. If we're talking about a family doctor, I haven't been to a family doctor since Dr. Michael was here because I really have to have that faith in the doctor. I have to have that, okay, I think you know what you're talking about. And with Dr. Michael, he had this chemistry with my grandma that was one of a kind. And that's kind of what drove me to come see him. And that's when he became my doctor. So, when he left, we lost a lot. We had Dr. Cabas, but I never cared for his attitude with Grandma or the way he came off in a room. And I never went to him as a doctor. In fact, every time that I had gotten sick, I went out to the walk-in clinic since then. And if you try to get in to the local doctor, which I don't know why Sarah Bush has ruined their own system. It's like trying to get through to see Garth Brooks at a concert. They're like going, well, that's 3 months from now, but we're currently busy. Doing what? You know? It's really unhandy and unprofessional. I just don't dig it. And plus, they lost my favorite doctor. Dr. Maria Horvat is over at Horizon Health in Paris, Illinois, which that seems to be the hospital to go to at this point. Um, I'm thinking to myself, you know what, if something ever, God forbid, happened here, that strongly thinking about my options, because she is the only out of 14 different female doctors I went to, 14 different doctors telling me what was wrong with me. None of them could figure out polycystic ovarian syndrome. And she walked in, and what impressed me most till the day she died, well, both of us died, she had my file, which was as thick as a Sears catalog. Walked over, said, "You want to see what I think about this opinion that you got, especially the last one?" She goes, "Which blows me away." She opened that trash can and inserted that whole file. And I was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to die." And she goes, "No, you're not going to die. But I'm going to sit down and tell you what you have." She was the first doctor to ever diagnose me correctly. Polycystic ovarian syndrome. And I had had some concerns, some fears, and I had went to her for my checkup before the surgery that she did, which we just went in for a laparoscope. We didn't know what we were going to find. And I had to give her the okay to, if it was something that I could die from, or there was no way that I could ever have kids, I had to give her the okay to go ahead and remove my ovaries. That was a huge decision, okay? Because for the longest time, I've longed to be a mom, and it's never happened. So, when I sat down with her, I said, I have some concerns, because I had heard some rumors, and I told her at that time that I don't know if we should go through with this. And she turned her chair, looked at me, eye to eye. She goes, "You're going to hear good and bad about everybody, but until you have that experience with that doctor, there's no way for you to know, because every body has a different body chemistry, body makeup." She goes, "We're going in with no guarantees," mainly because I don't relax and I tense up and I stress. So there was no really way for her to examine me because of my own anxieties. So we went in with exploratory surgery with the intent of her fixing whatever she found. God bless that woman. Sarah Bush lost a wonderful doctor when they lost her. I had 8 cysts on each inside and outside of the ovaries, on each side. My right side was a non-functioning ovary. But because I wanted children, she did what they call a wedge procedure, and I was able to keep both ovaries. And like clockwork, I'm able to have my own periods because of Dr. Horvat. And I know she would say, "No, you have a lot to do with it, your body makeup does." But no, without her, I would not know the blessing of somewhat hormonal balance. So, thank you. What do you think about when you daydream? Lately, it's about all the pressures and stresses of life. Grandpa had an off day today where he didn't feel well. And if he did, he would have been outside scraping, because he's been like, "We've got to get this porch scraped. We got to get it painted." But at the end of the evening, he must have started feeling some of his oats, because he went out along the side of the house and started trimming down the flowers that had already... we have some flowers that only bloom like early spring, but by late summer, or by spring they bloom, but by early summer they're done. So you have to cut the tops off so they're done. And he did do that tonight while I watered. So I'm glad he had a little bit of gumption, if you will, to do something today. That was inspiring. Do you wear makeup all the time or only sometimes? I've gotten to the point that I only wear it for special occasions. And those are rare. But, or if I feel like, you know what, I just want to throw on some makeup and look glam, I will do that. But it's such a procedure. Guys, I swear to goodness, you don't know what we go through to put that stuff on and off. I mean, to put it on, we're standing there going, okay, does this eye look like this eye? And did I do all of this right? And then to take it off, I use oil of Olay. So here I am, washing it off first, then putting the oil of Olay on, then washing that off, and then putting the cold water on to make sure that the pores are all open and closed, all that good stuff. It's a process, and it's exhausting by the time you're done. Are pets allowed to ride in the car, lie on furniture, go visiting with you, go on family vacations, fed at the table? Sam, he's a homebody, so unless he's going to the vet, my cat, he's just, no. Peanut, on the other hand, he practically goes, if we go to see my mom in Louisville, Illinois, he goes in the car. Yeah. And he'll go visiting everywhere Grandpa goes. What are you going to have done at the beauty shop before you go see Bill Anderson? And how often do you go? I used to go almost every week with Grandma, but when she took ill, my beauty shop visits got few and far between. So now I just go for special occasions. And I'm just going to have her cut the ends off, and because I'm actually digging the length. So I'm just going to say cut off the dead ends, but I like the length. Let's keep it going. So now it's like every 4 months I go to the beauty shop. Nothing major. What do you do to stop hiccups? The other day I had hiccups, and I was starting to drink just water. And the more I would drink the water, and in consecutive motion, it seemed to help. So that's what I do when I get hiccups. What topic puts you to sleep more quickly than any other? Well, I won't lie. Right now it's politics. It's like, okay, I've heard enough Donald Trump. I've heard enough bashing the state of Illinois. It's like, just enough. Have you had a reoccurring dream throughout life? Every Halloween, I have always had this reoccurring dream, and I don't know why. I don't know what brings it on, but it's only on Halloween that that it happens, and it's like, no, just no. So I don't know. Are you easy or difficult to get along with? Some would say that I'm difficult to get along with because of my hot-headed temper, and I'm sure other shortcomings can come to mind if they think really hard. But to me, I think that I'm easy peasy to get along with. What is your usual breakfast, lunch, snacks, and dinner? For breakfast, I fix myself this much apple juice and that much milk with some oatmeal, apple cinnamon oatmeal, which I'm back to that now, thank you, Lord. Then for lunch later throughout the day, we'll have either a lean cuisine meal or soup and an apple. And then for my last break is always grapes, which I serve me some and my grandfather some. And we had an extra treat last week. We had strawberries on sale. So we had strawberries and grapes. It was the bomb, just saying. And then we go out to eat. It varies where we go to eat. Wendy's, Arby's, or sometimes Cracker Barrel. But tonight we had an off night. We went to KFC. Oh my land. I had not had KFC in such a long time. I was in heaven. Just saying. What is your usual wish when you blow out your candles on your birthday cake? That this is the year my wishes come true. Does it usually happen that way? No. But that's what I usually wish. Do you dream in color or black and white? I dream in color. And there's never been a black and white dream for me. I don't know why. Just never. Now I'll say that tonight, and then I'll probably dream in black and white. Are you good or bad at finishing things? I would say medium, because there's a few things I start out, and then with good intentions, I'm going to get it done, and I put it off, and then it's like, oh, I was going to do that, and then it's not done. Like my sewing. I started out doing some wonderful sewing, misplaced it, God knows where. But I will get that done eventually. Now, stay tuned because we're going to do 4 Dear Bombshells, and you don't want to miss these.